Ebinum de omotecha maso no eye doko nti ye de IMF report no bae. Nti ye sremo nsem trofo. Mo wasudie kese
individuals in recent times. Of particular concern is a persistent campaign of lies being waged by one Alexander Afenyo Markin and his ilk.
Sammy Gyamfi atoto nsem bi e dia mane chese Afenyo Markin wa bra chese NDC penfo e man akonya no so nkugina simpie so na chese wa address nation about chese dwumadi friends government accountability series ana anoda e course wa bra ono ana e man kwan se onko na chese onko kasa emfa nche Ghana for.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's simply intended to address a number of baseless allegations and deliberate falsehoods concerning the operations and financial health of the Ghana Gold Board that have been propagated by certain individuals in recent times. Of particular concern is a persistent campaign of lies being waged by one Alexander Afenyo Markin and his ilk against the Gold Board over the past couple of months. This sustained, relentless campaign reached a reckless crescendo yesterday at a press conference addressed by him within the precincts of Parliament. Afenyo Markin's modus operandi, which can no longer be allowed to go unanswered, is to repeat the same tired falsehoods as often as possible.
Any kind of question I'm a person will say, was Sammy Gyamfi the right person to go and speak at that HS series? And as a programmer, a course or no. If you also and somehow catch HS Afenyo Markin, ne ese. So what catch no between Afenyo Markin and Sammy Gyamfi adia omumienu eye me ba fans am just me bibi ni nyina mu e wa hase na je se etimatin sim ya so wa bra je se Afenyo Markin edi kan sim bi agina so ama Sammy Gyamfi so aba bonten aba be kan sim bi enso ere ache no e wa hase ye be kone akwa akutin sim no ye be kire madwen e wa hase ere ache o se den kan mediomatem anase me ka se bi nsem a ensem fata e fom ho anke betime duo makache no mepe se sanse mamba be kenso no e betimi edro makache abra ma be kire mi nyansa a mewo e wo e chese enwoma ahodo a e koso between sampenful mi no e wa hase meso sanse no adaroma ubu ene ni di kwan so se wonya subscribe for my channel ya odon sa e bo subscribe button so ma you are not turn on the bell notification icon so that next time bia no we drop video channel so awon sa e betimi akabi ententem so bi so feel free na kire wa adwen or comment section because me ma adwen kire ana me ba betu dwasisi no now that HSA and is for say now they are in HSA in charge of everything that is happening in the country. Into now they have a government accountability series a course. Now time a course no nipa ya man akonya no se onko kasa was HSA Sammy Gyamfi per me analysis and as me studies amaye e wa hase en me say the right person was onko kasa was HSA one abu Felix Ofusukwachi. He was the person na nke was ukujun kasa but aha no metra sam adwan ade mu na say genti ana chese enis for emma hs Sammy Gyamfi kwan so ono nkokasa because ono no was sector hs the good board but genti no nya asa opportunity na so mo manda kunya so nkokasa ne nyina ejina hs na no dan sema hs Afenyo Markin eka edify hs NDC aban no
koboka 22 billion cedis afi baako ya kan ya no mu visa mu didi atemu a na ya bohu na omudi yeti ebubom enti no ye de ayeka ne se ya mincha de parliament ebebie ye nua no se onu de ope debate ya ti asesa ye penisa na ye debate bia ye kwhye kuko biemu aye ye pese ye kai ne se so pe debate a go board for so pe debate a omudi kan enkanche majority for no because ye di kan di first motion by no ye see ye debate na ye ma gold board embra na yenye enhwehwemu no majority for no mo say omuntie ensentro for am nyina mu ni intino parliament bia
se omoye frakadam omoye ne omense mfata eno ana chese gina so ema chese ndis won so ka se then nipa ono so yema no kasa se de be ono so betimi ato nsem because they know say Sammy Gyamfi is one of the people that wotimi ekasa pay e de mom ano koko gino ono no so e address just the nation no that time kasa no ano o yusu nsem bi but nsem o yusu no me ne no enya adwa because ukwo kwa kasa this program was Government Accountability Series, which means that the things that you've done, so there was no need to beat me a fool, be no one man, just a personal attack. So just an advice or my perspective, and a man has seen, and I believe so. In the first place, I didn't know accountability. Just come, then just let the nation know, say, this is what we've done, this is what we are planning to do, these are the things that we are doing, and all these things. Then you say, yes, the end this government is working. But so banner before be so too. What's none of that Afenyo Markin or parliament or address just a nation and as on so casa or case I just say any binding your fee. Na sika dim one or good board no quaran sika be over 1 million ayira wo sector and all these things no and who here so by casa because we are expecting to come and give accounts. So over here the didn't now go back Afenyo Markin to the sense with me crap where case nkofo bi to say chairman sama ba GH men samu nyina ba omokra no ye omantima anya hwe na chese obi to say just say Afenyo Markin obi penny we. Just look at this. So you see, my first year maybe person making as they say Sammy Gyamfi was not supposed to make mention of all these things or kind. He shouldn't have mentioned all these things because here now to just Afenyo Markin foot to the moment kind say Afenyo Markin also in same one man. You have to first analyze it before you come out and speak. Once say obi to me enya akukudru ya babonten say Sammy Gyamfi me enya akukudru babonten ka say and some work can enya no kren which means e bia e ampa enya no kren inti ade nti na womma na wo make analysis bia na so wo make nsem bia eye right say bia nko no kran ke wo na nko ntimi babonten me kasa rather than say bia be kan say ma enya no kren. So I'm of these two just points over here. I'm not going to talk against anyone and for anyone because in a pagan and the obey and we come here then we talk about it. So maybe I am person mechanic and say what just and sema it didn't kind of Afenyo Markin kind. I don't know as to say no cran as any because Sammy Gyamfi has been bold enough to come out and also talk or rabbit say no cray. So which means you were supposed to come and speak the truth or speak what is what was expected for you to say. I don't know. It's really say no cray. We are all here and we are just analyzing things. We are also making sure that things will be fine because that's how we want our country Ghana to be. Where am I again? Where the meme? This is my perspective. I don't know what to say. And some are making when me arguing. When me arguing, attend the BN, let me know at the comment section. Ye be kwani akwa kutie ensem a chese Sammy Gyamfi ekugina honom na wakai wabra na chese ono nso address wabra medi nka ka the right person and also kasa was chese Felix Ofutu Kwache ono because he is the Minister of State for Government Communication honom odi dwuma edefa honom. So why didn't you give him that chance or platform for him to come and speak rather than Sammy Gyamfi? So ombra no make kasa mfenti NPP for and as ombra no make kasa mfenti Afenyo Markin. Was that the reason? Let me know everything at the comment section. Every time I'm fancy I say, Medinka Kacho, we are subscribing my channel, you are not subscribing, mammy. For a channel, so at home, you better be Baba King, area my baby so. Let me come Yenti, Sammy Gyamfi, and Famra.
Reached a reckless crescendo yesterday at a press conference addressed by him within the precincts of Parliament. Afenyo Markin's modus operandi, which can no longer be allowed to go unanswered, is to repeat the same tired falsehoods as often as possible and on many platforms as he can, in the hope that repetition will somehow transform fiction into...
It was given in 2025 a total of about 133 billion Ghana cedis. That was given to PMMC, later became Good Board, to buy good as a buying agent, fully accounted for. 133 billion Ghana cedis. The PMMC Gold Board had no role in the sale of gold by the Bank of Ghana under the domestic gold purchase program. It was not a signatory to any offtake agreements under the domestic gold purchase program. Neither was it involved in determining selling prices or sale terms. In commodity trading, profit is simply a function of selling price minus cost. The IMF states that the reported losses stem from the sale of gold by the Bank of Ghana, not the sale of gold by the PMMC. If the PMMC, which later became Gold Board, had no role in the sale of gold it purchased, then it cannot be said to be responsible for losses incurred through the sale of gold by the BOG, simply because it bought gold as a buying agent and was paid fees. In any case, the under-referenced IMF report says that the BOG incurred a loss of $400 million from gold sales under the Domestic Gold Purchase Program in the year 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, there was no gold board in the year 2024. Who then caused that loss? Can Afenyo Markin answer this simple question? If we are to accept his argument that losses under Domestic Gold Purchase Program are attributable to buying agents, then is Afenyo Markin saying that buying agents in 2024 caused the loss of $400 million? And those buying agents were the PMMC and a private company called Resafire. So why are they not blaming PMMC and Resafire for causing $400 million loss? Well, I believe you should know me better. My good brother Felix says something. He says politics is a contact sport. So when you are involved in politics, you are involved in boxing. You should be ready for tackles. You should be ready for punches. And some of us are vaccinated against political mischief. We've taken the vaccine, so we are not worried at all. But what I want to say is this. If the one under whose tenure has bought chairman as ECG, where ECG recorded a loss of 8.2 billion, is not facing any onerous bail terms, and how can Sammy Gyamfi, under whose tenure the Gold Board has exported 170 tons of gold through former channels and brought into this country over 17 billion United States dollars in 1.5 years, face onerous bail terms? Under your tenure, not a gram of gold produced in Ghana was refined in Ghana. Today, over 9 metric tons just this year of gold we have bought refined in Ghana. We are changing the value addition story. So you see, such statements are reckless. They are what I call the fanciful efficiency of, of a palm wine bar. You take it as comic relief. And it is very sad. See, when we say this, he says we are insulting. We are not insulting him. This is somebody occupying a seat once occupied by the Venerable J.H. Mensah, the Venerable Papa Uzuankoma, or Seiche Mensah Bonsu. Look at the depth and the substance of these personalities. When they rose to speak on Parliament, look at the command they commanded across the aisle. And look at how this seat has now been so bastardized and depraved by a noisemaker who cannot even read and research and get his facts right. So I will go to prison in his brain, and I will have onerous bail terms in his brain. I'm not afraid of any intimidating tactics, because we are serving Ghana in good conscience, and our resource and posterity